Come here. Oh, good boy. Good boy. Okay. Hey, welcome to Viking Preparedness. I am PJ. It's actually a lot darker out here than it looks on the camera. I guess it's good technology. Hey, this video is probably also going to get put up on YouTube. I'm going to let y'all see it here first. But I said not that long ago, I sometimes take for granted what I know, what some of us know, versus what some of us don't know here on Patreon. And believe me when I tell you that gulf is much wider out there in the world. I was reading today in the Twitter sphere, and it was talks about the, hey, I'm talking here, the upcoming multi-phased, faceted terrorist attack in the homeland. That Sarah Adams, I believe, is the first one to break it about a year ago. And finally, the director of the National Counterterrorism Center just came out and basically parroted stuff Sarah's been saying for a year. And so it was talking about that, and there were and I think Sarah said, be prepared. Be prepared for something like this to happen. And so many people commented on that. But what can we do? How do we get prepared? Please tell me how to get prepared. And at first, I scoffed internally, like, come on. And then I thought, no, wait. There are people out there who really don't know. Like, they're just overwhelmed by the thought of this terrorist attack. And this video is not about that terrorist attack. And for the conspiracy theorists out there, well, it's really these people or those people, or it's the government, or it's what, it doesn't matter in the interim who's behind it. Not as far as your preparedness goes, it doesn't. And so we can save all that talk for something else. But how does one get prepared for this horrific upcoming, according to many people, terrorist attack? Well, I made a list. The first thing, and I'm going to do it kind of in order of what you need to do so that you don't suffer, or that if you do suffer, you mitigate the effects of said terrorist attack. And to me, they sound really simple, and again, it's like, of course, like scoffing at myself, but then seeing all the people with no clue of how they can prepare for this terrorist attack tells me some of y'all need to hear this. It is for you. Number one, avoid crowds. These terrorist attacks are going to take place where there is more bang for their buck. There has to be a lot of people there for them to affect it. I've been saying for years, Kuhimp, come out of her, my people. Come out of the, and it's a multifaceted itself meaning, but in the simplest terms, come out of those built up areas and get rural. Now, if you haven't done that yet, you're not gonna. I get it. You live in a suburban area, or you live in a city, or whatever, even a small city. You're just not gonna do it. Okay, well, to that end, avoid crowds to the best that you can. What's a crowd? A college football game. What's a crowd? A Charlie Kirk memorial. What's a crowd? Whatever. I have so not gone shopping for so long at shopping malls or whatever. A new movie opening, that's been hyped, and so lots of people are there lined up. Crowds where people are densely packed, avoid that. To the extent that you can, limit your exposure in and around hospitals, because those are definitely targets of what's coming. So stay away from crowds. If you have to go shopping, do it on off times. No one's going to do this terrorist attack at 10 o'clock at night, unless it's a big crowd, like a concert or something like that. Change your lifestyle a little bit and avoid crowds. Number two, I want to make sure I get them right. Again, this one sounds duh. And I was thinking maybe put it first, but no. If you avoid crowds, your chance of getting caught up in one of these things is minimal right there, just by doing that. Number 2, stay alert. Stay alert, stay alive. That's what we say now. It's like, yeah, no kidding, PJ. Well, I do get out every now and then, and I am a keen observer of humans. Most people are not alert even a little bit. They are walking around, staring at their cell phone, doing this, not paying attention. I watch many of the, what's his name on X? Steve Inman videos where he shows people getting sucker punched or fights or whatever. And these are scenes usually from CCTV cameras. The amount of people that are out in public that are clueless as to what's going on around them, to me, is shocking. But some of y'all need to hear it. Get your face out of your phone. Your phone is not going to save you in the immediate situation. You need to be able to see and understand OODA loop, what's going on. It's like, yep, that's a dangerous person. Well, when you see the dangerous person, don't stand there with your mouth open watching them. Get out of the way. Move. Get ready to defend yourself if you have to, but get out of the way. Pay attention to what's going on. That includes what's going on behind you. And so stay alert. And when stay alert it's not enough just to notice. That's the observe of the OODA loop. Oh, that's really weird. What's going on over there? It doesn't look right. That's strange. Oh, that can't be strange. I'm just racist. Or that can't be strange. I'm just prejudiced. Or that can't be strange. I should mind my own business. No, it's strange. So then you have to orient. What is actually happening there? Oh, wow, that's happening. Then you have to take a decision. What are you going to do? Typically, flee, fight, or freeze. Typically. Let me tell you, the answer to any bad thing happening, unless it's a UFO, a Bigfoot, or a dogman, is not to pull out your phone and start taking pictures. That's not the answer, okay? The answer is probably, in this case, for the general video, get off the X. Get out of there. Be very careful. So stay alert. Okay, number 3. Learn trauma first aid and carry gear. I'm not talking about what do you do when a bee stings you? What do you do when you get a fish hook caught in your finger? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about what do you do when a chainsaw just cut through your thigh or this guy's thigh? What do you do when that woman just fell through a plate glass window? What do you do? You have to learn this stuff. You can learn it now. You can learn a lot of it, a little bit. You can learn a little bit about a lot of it, reading books and watching videos and things like that. And this is where we start. Well, we started in the beginning with people aren't going to do my recommendations. But the best training I have found for civilians that you can get, and in many ways it eclipses the military training I've had on trauma, first aid, medicine, that kind of thing. Not medicine so much, trauma, first aid, is Refuge Medical. RefugeMedical.com. They got your training. Look into the responder classes 1, 2, and 3. They're very good. They will get you set up to deal with boom, something just happened and there are bleeding, broken people all around. What do you do? Yah forbid it's you or somebody you love, right? There's no EMTs coming, and the ones that come, if you've been following this scenario, could be bad guys, right? You're going to have to deal with it. No one is coming to help you. You're on your own. And so you need training so that you don't just freak out, and become the oh my God, repeating loop that we hear on these videos. And 2, so you know what to do, so you can save lives. And then you should have gear. You should have on you gear. We have an SOP. Every chauffeurian carries a tourniquet all the time. Could you fabricate one out of other materials? Sure, you could, and you may have to, but it takes much longer to apply a tourniquet here than a real tourniquet, which I have in here, but I'm not going to get out. And so carry gear, carry all the gear that you know how to use. Carry all the gear that you're willing to carry. You know, women, if you carry a purse, you should have a good first aid kit. And again, refugemedical.com has a lot of stuff. Just go through their web pages and go, oh yeah, I could have that. I could put that in my desk. I could put that in my car. I could put that in my purse. I could put that on my ankle. But number 3 is to get training in trauma first aid, because a lot of people are going to need it, and unfortunately a lot of people are going to die because it's not available. And then carry gear. Number 4, all the way down, number 4 on the list, be armed and be trained all the time. Be armed, be trained all the time. I'm talking modern firearms here, to the extent that you can do so legally. What's up, puppy? It's down there on the list. It's below first aid. It's below awareness. It's below avoid crowds. Why? Because in the event something happens, your firearm could likely not be of any use to you at all. Because things are going to be going on so fast, it's not about you, it's about the event. And things are going on, and people are screaming and running and hurt. And you see somebody with a firearm, a bad guy, let's say, moving through the crowd, doing bad things. Most of you aren't anywhere close to good enough to take that shot and end that threat without hurting, killing an innocent bystander. The reason you may need your firearm is when you're running away from what's going on and you're trying to get to your car, and all of a sudden around the corner comes a bad guy with hate and death on his face, and you need to deal with that immediate problem right there. Again, I could go into a whole video on this, but you better be careful. You don't want to be running around with a gun in your hand when chaos ensues, because somebody could perceive you as the bad guy, right? So there's a whole lot to go to that, but you may need a firearm, and you may need a rifle. There was a church shooting that was stopped by a good guy with a rifle a couple years ago. You may need it, but they're not magic wands, firearms. You have to be trained, and being trained means more than standing on the range on a weekend going, or better yet here, look, I hit the cardboard box. No. You have to go all the way up through tactical training. It does no good to start seeking out tactical training if you can't shoot the basics, if you can't hit the target standing still with bad form like I just demonstrated. But yeah, be armed and be trained. You can't be trained enough. You can't be trained enough in medical. You can't be trained enough in self-defense. Last one for today. You'll notice I drew a line under the first 4. That's because that is you in the immediate situation. Now, what if you're like me, or you're in an immediate situation and you successfully navigate your way out of it? Or you're like me and ain't nothing gonna happen around here. It's just not gonna happen here. So what do I care? Well, there are going to be, in my opinion, horrific consequences, fallout, if this attack takes place. If it materializes and it's... Well, that's interesting. And it goes down like October 7th in Israel times 100. There will be unimaginable consequences for you. Just you, regular Joe and Jane, sitting home eating Doritos and drinking a Diet Coke. This is where, and I should have my book in my hand since this is going on YouTube. This is where having basic and intermediate preparedness is going to save your butt. things are going to fail. Phone lines are going to fail. Electricity is going to fail. Supply services are going to fail. They're just not going to work. And we're going to find ourselves, if this happens, in the scenario, I'm a doomsday prepper and I'm blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you're going to be on your own. And so basic things like food, you need, oh, they're after an armadillo. You need to have a robust amount of food in your house, at your place, so that you don't have to go shopping. You need to have water and access to more water, a plan for how you're going to get water when it quits flowing out of your pipes, all the basic intermediate preparedness stuff. Winter's coming. You need to know how you're going to heat your place if you have to do that. Again, without any outside assistance, without utilities flowing. What are you going to do? And onward and onward and onward. Be ready. Oh, they're after it. What they do, and then I'll end this because it's getting annoying. They trap an armadillo up underneath some rocks that they can't get at, and they just run around in circles trying to get it. That's what's going on over there. Yes, I speak dog bark. But basic preparedness, because what's coming, I mean, martial law could come, right? We're going to be talking about something like that here coming up directly. But that's it. For those of you that are watching this on YouTube, I'll put it on Patreon first, but then it's going to go on YouTube pretty quick. I just invite you to come over to Patreon. Check us out for a month. If you hate it, quit. But you won't. You won't. Lately, I've been averaging more than a video a day on Patreon. I invite you to come see it. We talk about this and many other things all the time. All right. I appreciate y'all. I will see you out there.